More than 2 years in the making, but 3 people facing criminal charges related to a financial scandal at the South Bend Housing Authority will stand trial later this month. Our Mark Peterson joins us live in studio with details. Mark.
It all began in July of 2021. 6 defendants indicted on fraud and conspiracy charges. 3 of them have since entered guilty pleas. 3 set to go on trial starting in 11 days. The alleged scandal goes all the way to the top. The defendants, former South Bend Housing Authority Director Tanya Robinson, former Housing Authority Administrator Albert Smith, and a contractor by the name of Douglas Donnelly. Court documents allege Housing Authority payment checks were issued for contracting work that had not actually occurred. That co-conspirator contractors cashed the checks and brought some of the money back to Housing Authority administrators. The government plans on calling 32 witnesses in a 10-day trial due to start October 23rd. That includes 4 co-conspirators, 3 of whom pleaded guilty. There are also 2 casino witnesses listed. One government brief says Tanya Robinson and Albert Smith spent and lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash in casinos during the relevant time period, and that their legitimate income and salaries were insufficient to support such spending. There's no question some housing authority properties are in serious disrepair. In fact, 91 public housing townhomes in Monroe Park were recently demolished. Meantime, the 6-story Rabbi Schulman high-rise has been shut down. Now, at the final pretrial hearing.
So let me get this straight. You're out here committing fraud, allegedly. And the first thing you do with fraudulent funds is you go to a casino and start blowing the money there and basically putting up a smoke signal and getting on everybody's radar. And then when they understand what it is that you actually do, then they correlate that back to what you ultimately make. And they say, there's no way that someone with this job should be able to just blow this type of money. And so potentially and possibly, allegedly, that could be what led them to start doing more digging. And that could be what led them to ultimately uncover what they uncovered. And they said they have 32 witnesses. 32 witnesses. How are you committing fraud crimes and there's 32 witnesses that have witnessed what you've done? It can't get any more sloppy than that. But let's get back into it, y'all. We got a lot to unpack today. Before we do, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video.
During the day, the judge found information regarding the demolition of public housing properties wasn't going to be allowed at trial. He thought it was a stretch, so there could be a multitude of reasons why the buildings were demolished.
Certainly a case, as you said, a long time in the making.
Just a short time ago, the South Bend Housing Authority director of the present testified against the director of the past about the devastation caused by a multi-million-dollar bank and wire fraud scandal. It's something we've been reporting on for years now. Mark Peterson at the fore of that reporting joins us live in studio with the latest. Hey, Mark.
You remember that scandal? It involved the Housing Authority cutting checks to contractors for jobs that were never done. Those contractors then kicking back cash to Housing Authority administrators. Well, former Housing Authority Director Tanya Robinson today ordered to serve a 9-year prison sentence, also ordered to pay more than $3.2 million in restitution. Her take in the scam.
Understand, a lot of times these restitution numbers and things of that nature, people don't typically have to pay back everything that they scammed. It's just, this is what they proved. And so a lot of times that's the restitution, I believe. But in most cases, well, I'm going to be honest, she might have been blowing that money at the casino though. But I wouldn't be surprised if she's still going to walk away with much more than that. But I mean, look at her. This is, I won't say elderly woman, but she's up there in age. She's no spring chicken. And she's got to serve 9 years in prison. Because you see, things aren't fair. See, here's the thing. If you're a smart criminal, you get punished more harshly because it's understood that you could do more damage, and ultimately you do more damage. You have a greater impact when you do crimes, right? Stealing is stealing at the end of the day. Whether you steal out of a register and you only walk away with $100, Or whether you steal $3 million. Stealing is stealing. But in the eyes of the law, they aren't judged in the same way. And maybe that can come down to intellect, because if you're able to do a crime and steal finances of that magnitude, then what that could indicate is that you have sense. But I don't necessarily think it's fair. But at the same time, that's just what they like to do. They like to make a point to let smart people know, no, you're not going to get away with this, because if we let you get away with it and we only give you a slap on the wrist, you're just going to concoct something larger. And ultimately, what is she doing? She's committing crimes that can ultimately make her free. Like I said, if she was smart, she would have been investing that money. Imagine had she invested $3 million in the stock market and then they just want restitution. Even if they get back every amount of money that she stole, that money would have still grew anyway. See, that's what, if she was smart, she would have did. But instead, what she chose to do was go blow it at the casino.
For money that was supposed to be used to maintain housing authority properties.
So currently the Housing Authority is left with over 300 units that are vacant because we can't afford to rehab those units. And also the building located on 501 Alonzo Watson Drive is half vacant because of the extensive work that needs to be done with the plumbing, furnace, and air conditioning because of years of neglect. I was left with a very dysfunctional agency in disrepair, and we are still, like I said in my statement, 5 years later, we're trying to continue to put Band-Aids on it until we can get to a healthy place. And I thank the city of South Bend for being patient with me and with the agency as we try to make that happen.
And the current director says the Housing Authority is going to forever be known for the actions and inactions of Robinson instead of the mission of lifting up and supporting low-income families in need. Josh?
A sad and unfortunate story all around, really. Mark, we appreciate you staying on top of it for us. Thank you.
Vestal apartment resident Melissa Sanchez is fed up. She says her neighbor has been renting out her Section 8 housing to other people. Sanchez says it's downright unfair.
You know how many people can...
What? Let me tell you something. She is mad. She went on, listen, man, the way these people react, when somebody basically tells on them, as far as reports them to the housing authority or to the government assistant office, a lot of times anonymously, these Section 8 people, they want to know who it is so bad. So they can go over there and make their life a living heck. And so that they can ultimately, in most cases, try to fight them. But this woman, she didn't mind. She went on national news, showed her face, and it's like, yeah, I'm reporting you. You got to be careful with that, too, because if somebody's getting Section 8, that can also indicate that, you know, they have a lot of kids. And some of these parents, man, I done seen where they'll have their kids cry in court. So, like, they'll be like, you need to cry at the eviction hearing. So what do you think they would do in other cases? You know, it seems like she has a child. I definitely am not support of somebody sticking their kids on somebody else's kids and like go bully that kid because she reported us or whatever, made us lose our home. But you got to think about that too. But yeah, let's hear it. So she's reporting her. She's saying that there's a Section 8 tenant out there who is getting Section 8 and decided to become a real estate rental property investor with her Section 8 voucher and rent her Section 8 to another person and just get all profit. That's incredible.
Have that voucher, you know, that are sitting out here waiting. And she has it, and she just, it's a toy to her. She plays with it.
Sanchez claims her neighbor received assistance for a one-bedroom at the Winston Square Apartments, but that the neighbor rents that property out and stays at the Vestal Apartments instead.
Her family and friends come in and she'll rent it out. I've been there when she's received money from friends and family, and they stay in her apartment.
We tried to check on who was staying at the apartment now, but there was no answer. Sanchez reported her complaints to Saha in May. She claimed she was evicted over the matter. But apartment management says there were other factors. As it turns out, the San Antonio Housing Authority is familiar with this case, and it is looking into allegations of housing fraud.
There has been an allegation of fraud against an individual who was being assisted at the time through the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher program. We take fraud very, very seriously, and in this case we have received their complaint, and the investigation actually has already begun and is ongoing.
Usually it's like 2 or 3 people coming from out of town. There's a funeral or a festival, you know. It's a one-bedroom apartment.
It is a sweeping sting that triggered a federal.
So think about this for a second. Because that woman still, whoever's renting out her Section 8 housing or whatever, she still got to live somewhere. And this is a common tactic and a common play that a lot of Section 8 individuals do. And here's what I mean. A lot of times what they will do is they will partner with other people who have Section 8. And basically they have like an agreement. If anything ever happens to your Section 8, you can come on mine. So it's possible she might have partnered with another Section 8 person, said, I'm about to run it up. Let me come stay with you for a little bit, and I'm going to rent mines out, and we can split that. Now, this is all alleged, but this is what people do. And they have other ways to get away around making money. But see, people on government assistance have to think of creative ways to bring in other income, usually under the table income, because in order for them to continue to receive their Section 8, they have to stay within a certain income threshold so that they can continue to receive the maximum benefits allotted to them. So this doesn't surprise me, but what's another thing that Section 8 tenants just can't do? Everybody's got to know they're on Section 8. And so this neighbor knew, you're on Section 8, but I never see you at the house. I always see other people at the house. And matter of fact, I never see you at the house because you're really not supposed to let other people stay with you anyway. But the fact that they don't even see you there and the other people are making themselves comfortable outside grilling, having a good time, they're like, they're acting like this is their house. This is their house. They're always here. And so you got exposed.
Federal investigation into tenants abusing a housing assistance program and stealing your tax dollars.
Public
Only
housing
on 5
sting.
tonight, News Channel 5's Joe Paganakis reveals this investigation now has Cleveland Metropolitan Housing Authority police stepping up enforcement.
Well, in Cuyahoga County alone, there are 14,000 families who are taking assistance through CMHA's Housing Choice Voucher program. But our investigation uncovered there are dozens taking hundreds of thousands of dollars illegally and thus defrauding the system. Were you taking CMHA money while leasing it to another person?
No.
You sure?
I can't think of who else it would be.
We caught up with Robert Lintz at his Bedford home, indicted today for grand theft after police told me he accepted more than $32,000 in CMHA money from tenant Raymonda Rowell. The prosecutor's office told me Rowell was actually living with her boyfriend and not here at Lintz's Maple Heights rental home, while Lintz allegedly collected rent from another tenant who was living here. When's the last time you received CMHA?
So she's getting some type of assistance. This doesn't have to necessarily be government assistance. This could be other programs as well. But she's receiving assistance for people in need. And then she decided to go live with her boyfriend and then rent out the house to somebody else. Ain't that crazy? She's receiving assistance to stay somewhere. And people try to act like this fraud, this stuff doesn't exist. We're getting real deep into it now. Now we're really seeing it. And you think that things like this don't go on every day and people taking advantage? And ultimately, what did that other woman say who reported the lady, the Latino woman? She said that this woman is renting out her Section 8 and she's taking up space on the waiting list for people who actually need it. So you have people depriving those who are actually in need just so that they can capitalize fraudulently. And we don't see a problem with that. And these people get to just still walk around and still have their head held high and not be ashamed of themselves. I think that's incredible.
Money for this unit from Raymonda.
Come on up here a minute.
Prosecutors also indicted 23-year-old Lynna Rizk in connection with this rental home in Parma. Police say she took $12,000 in CMHA money and then allegedly subleased the home to her mother.
Y'all notice these are multiple different people fraudulently renting out their homes that they're supposed to be in, and they're renting it out to other people.
Landlord finally threw her out. Are you glad that this person is no longer here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It is our responsibility, ultimately my responsibility.
CMHA Police Chief Andy Gonzalez revealed to me his officers and detectives are running stepped-up sting operations to combat tens of thousands of dollars in fraud.
It's a matter of time when we're going to find out, we're going to catch up to you, we're going to compile the information, and we're going to take you to the Cuyahoga County Grand.
They're going to take you to the cleaners.
You Constance? Is she here? Okay, I got an eviction schedule here this morning. How many people are here?
3.
3 who? Children? Okay. Well, the way it works is I'm going to come in and start taking pictures.
Sure.
How you doing?
All right.
So we got an eviction schedule today. Yep.
What are we doing now?
It's too late. I'm already here. Once I'm here, you don't even live here anymore.
I know. What we trying to do? Yeah, something now.
She know.
Well, I give you 5 or 10 minutes to gather some stuff.
I know, that's how we get. Yeah. So we can pull out.
Yeah, once I take my pictures, I'll move.
Okay.
She said, so we getting put out. Ma'am, the judge told you exactly what was going to happen, when it was going to happen, if you wasn't out by X date. See, people get the information. Sometimes it's even threats. Sometimes it's like you let somebody know, like, hey, don't do that again or else. And they just have to find out, right? They just have to test it. And so this is what we see. I mean, if you weren't paying your rent for all this time, did you just think that this day would never happen?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bring them in on the front part.
It's always so sad that kids have to pay for the decisions of their irresponsible parents. And sadly, it gets even deeper when you really understand that their irresponsibility is why you're even on this earth. It's a blessing after the fact. Listen, we love everything after the fact, but the fact still remains she has quite a bit of kids, from what I could see, with no man. And she's trying to do it all on her own. But what I will say, it does look like a lot of those kids are old enough to stay home alone. And so you decided to take on this plight. You decided that you wanted this to be your life. If you got multiple kids like this, I see at least 4 of them, then that was absolutely a choice. You could have stopped that too. So now, if your kids are old enough to be able to work on their own, to be able to stay home alone, then I'm sorry, you have to take care of this. You have to take care of them, and you got to do whatever it takes. And by whatever it takes, what I'm saying is you need to get 3 or 4 jobs and get very little sleep.
All right. Start up here in the front. Now you want us? Now normally we'll put it right out here. Do you want us to put it over here on the side?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. We're gonna stop in the front while y'all in the back.
I'm asking.
That's what I want to know too.
Yeah, we're trying to just get your side
so
of the
I
story.
want to know what the truth is. Why are you trying to drag the truth out of me if you know what the truths are?
I don't know what the truths are. That's
Well,
why I'm
then I
asking.
want to know what the truths are as well.
Okay, can you tell me what happened?
Well, who happened with what?
Outside.
With who?
On the side of the house.
What house? This is garbage.
I wonder if this is eviction related. Hey, I'm a spontaneous guy. Let's see.
Okay. You don't know anything about what happened?
No, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, did something happen with your neighbors?
I don't know who's neighbor. Who's the neighbor here?
I don't know, I'm asking.
I am speaking. Am I not speaking?
You are, you're just speaking in riddles. I'm just trying to figure out what happened, man.
Yeah, let me know what happens.
I'm asking you.
Well, let me know what happens.
Okay. Alright, so you don't know what happened, you don't want to talk to me about the situation or anything?
So what's going to be the situation now?
I'm asking you, man. Why are you being like that with me? Just talk to me.
Why am I being like this? Why am my heart not being steady? Why is my heart not being kept steady?
Okay.
Where's my medication? Where is my mother smoking and why is my stepfather still there?
I don't know.
So whose right are you trying to arrest here?
What?
Whose right are you trying to arrest?
Man, I'm just trying to find out
so
what happened.
So why is there 3 of you and there's only, where's the squadron? Where's the police cars and why are they parked over there and they're not parked right here in front?
Because we don't.
Truck's parked right here.
Okay, but whose truck is that?
Probably yours.
Whose truck is it?
Is it yours?
Do you want me to get a chain?
No.
Excuse me, I got a chain here somewhere.
No, turn around, put your hands behind your back. Nope.
See what happens to you, Mom? Where am I going?
To jail.
Oh.
You gonna arrest me already?
Yep.
Mom, I pledge allegiance.
It's not your mom.
Look,
Don't stop.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I want you.
It's a good thing they went ahead and restrained him because he looked like he was a ticking time bomb any minute. It's a good thing that she wasn't there alone. Because I think I didn't see that third dude. So it's 3 of them out there. They had him in the triangle formation. But if he wouldn't have been in, see, he had enough sense not to do anything while he was in the middle of the triangle. But I think if they wasn't there, if them 2 guys wasn't there, she'd have been in trouble. Especially she kept trying to like get him to talk. He has enough sense to not incriminate himself. So I don't know if he's acting crazy or what. But let's see how this ultimately concludes.
Stop.
Why are you trying to arrest me, Mom?
It's not your mom.
That is not fair, Erwin. Who called the police for who? Don't you see I have to get my property? I have to get my things together?
You can let go of this. You can let go of this. Your parents have nothing to do with this, okay?
This is a good book.
Let go of this.
No.
Let go.
No.
Let go.
Let go.
Let go.
Let's see what you got.
It's like a book or something.
I don't know what you did. I didn't do nothing but tell you to stop trying to do these things to me.
Okay, let's just walk.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to jail, Mom. I told you I can't be in jail. They already told you what. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But look, I don't have nothing on me.
Okay. Just wait, ma'am.
Wait, Mom. Mom, you have the right to release me, Mom. Why would you do this to me?
Let's go.
Sir, you need to walk with us, okay?
You better not be taking me to jail. You better be taking me to circle of jail. Because I don't have I'm in a jail cell. Look, the last time I went to jail, they tried to take my life.
Whatever you want.
How come you try to take me to jail, sir?
Going to jail.
I can just.
For what? What's the charge? What's the charge? On who? On who? And whose life is this?
You did transport. I want you to follow anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on the other side.
I'm not allowed to start putting no jail points.
Lean up against my car.
Sir, I swear to God, I tell you the truth. It was the truth, but look what the truth is.
So we're trying to find out.
The risks of real estate extend much further than just what we see as far as evictions or sometimes bad tenants damaging properties. You face the risk when you buy a home of living next to crazy people like this, or just maybe people who do the most. Anything. You never know who already lives there already. And even if you move into a home, let's say you move into a good neighborhood, you never know when that one person could move in, turn that whole neighborhood upside down. And, always outside their yard, instigating with you, causing problems. Then next thing you know, they become so problematic and it's so apparent that then you're never able to actually get out of your property ever again because you got that bad seed right there that doesn't intend on going nowhere. That is a crazy risk, and that is a big uncertainty when it comes to real estate. And what I find is a lot of people never really think about that. But buying real estate can be a very final decision. It could be a permanent and final decision, right? At the very least, it's a very important decision that typically is going to be a long-term decision. And so this is the type of risk that scares the heck out of me. This is the type of risk that scares the heck out of me because you just never know what could happen as far as who could move in right. They could be right next door to you. And next thing you know, you got this mental dude like this. Imagine you want your kids to go outside and this dude just likes to stand outside his garage yelling nonsense. That's what scares me about buying properties, along with other things, especially when you start to get into being an investor and decide to rent or, leverage your property. However, it's just so many things you have to worry about, man. Stock market is so simple, so easy. But y'all, we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you can hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller creators. So that's why we get more points. But if you go to a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice if you want to hype, then to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot. And then also, if you want to join the membership on YouTube, then you can just press that join button that should be on the video, and you can join the DXU family. And what joining the DXU family will come with is you will get custom badges, or not custom badges. They'll be custom soon, but you'll get badges next to your comments. So people will be able to easily recognize that you're a part of the family. And then also you get early access to content as well as exclusive content. So if you want to do that, then definitely feel free. But until then, I'll catch you all in the next video.